It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Hey, heard y'all was rapping, but nobody called me. That shit is not so acceptable. Started your album, that shit was a dud. I fed all that trash to receptacle. But I've been after my revenue, watching these artists that slacking respectable. Niggas come rap on my interlude, y'all should sell back on the avenue. I am an animal, raising my attitude. Chasing my paper, dog, I'm on the rise like a latitude. Whole nother magnitude, upgrading my status. My sentence begin with the capital, this is an alley-oop. 360, I bang at you when the 360 you range. But you rappers officially faking, this shit is a statement. But if you can't hear me, you tank it. People keep asking for tips, I feel like I'm glad it's the pips. But like I'm Lillard, you rappers ain't worth the assist. Suggest that you pay me your tips, my shit is legit. But I was struggling, hustling, frying the chicken, applying the sauce. Got in position to fire my boss, so who really care if I'm not yet a star? Just rhyming the cars, catching my wave, you bout to get mossed. Terror lawns, I done kept it going, had to weather storms, now I'm knocking them off. Stats showing that I'm Hall of Fame, y'all part of games, got the trap jumping like House of Pain. Y'all contract came with ball and chain, you don't got the right to even talk the same. Man, I'm sick of these niggas clinging to numbers, never could eat in this jungle. We talking about hits, niggas ain't even some bunners. I'm rapping for people that's something, we talking about bits. Niggas can't even get fresh, you want the procedure for stunting. These rappers ain't shit, but I'm so sick of this game. Can't stomach what this is becoming. I'm out of your league, swinging them out of your reach. Shadow boxing with the guard, send deposits to the squad. Still I'm out here with the boss. Niggas sleeping, I ain't even tripping. They be missing work with no alarms. Niggas say they living large, but chill with their girl and got hoes in they drawers. You niggas is frauds, murderer, I never heard of them. Jugging the game like a burglar. Throw out that shit that they serving up. Carry this burden, delivering the order like couriers. Word to my mama, I bury the drama. Been watching your flaws, I'm observing them. I'm over the fuckery vertical, wrapping these circles around them like vertigo. Whoa. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well as we get into this Super Bowl Sunday, right before the game, right before the halftime, right before everything takes place. And to my surprise, Apple Music has dropped one more interview, this time with SZA, talking about the upcoming game, the performance, SOS Deluxe, the Lana version, because I believe the Deluxe is on the way. Well, there's already a version of the Deluxe, but I think there's another Deluxe, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, man, I have not watched this interview, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it up and I'm going to watch it along with y'all. I'll stop it when I feel that there's something interesting or pertinent that should be expounded upon. But for real, I'm just going to be watching this with y'all, man, just to get the Super Bowl vibes as we go into the actual festivities of this evening.
59 Apple Music halftime show, and we got one of the co-stars of the weekend, the one and only. Everybody, make some noise for SZA. Yeah, what is this like for you to go from you were on the treat, you were getting your zen on, and then be thrown into this event right now in New Orleans as you get ready for what I would assume would be one of the biggest performances of your career?
It's definitely the biggest performance of my career. It's definitely been interesting because it's very been a hint of Murphy's Law. They leaked a bunch of stuff and just just not feeling as prepared as I'd like to be, but
Very interesting that that SZA threw that in there, talking about they leaked a bunch of stuff, because for those of y'all that don't know, I believe it was that kid Jared and the DJ that don't spin's Twitter pages. They took to the internet and basically said that they had some exclusive set list of what was gonna be performed. I think they even had some audio of what was supposed to be performed. I never got around to even checking it out. Once I heard about it, it was already clipped from the internet. I think Interscope jumped in and intervened and got it knocked down and got the content struck off of Twitter or what have you. So it's interesting that she mentioned that, because some people thought that this shit could have been fake or that it could have been some BS. But right off the bat, she says stuff got leaked like it was for real. So I don't know. They probably had to change some things up just because of that. So that could also play into her feeling unprepared or whatever. But I'm gonna let her finish her statement. But I just thought that was interesting that that's like the first part of the conversation, and that literally just happened like a day or two ago.
For just whatever reason. And I think tapping into just moving forward and doing my best with what is in front of me. And yeah, is all I have. It's all I have and it's all I can do. And I feel like that's a bit of my like life story. No matter how much I try to prepare, something will go awry. And like no matter what I'm involved in. and it sucks, but it's also just something I'm still trying to like accept and just acclimate to. And sometimes I see like things go perfectly for other people, or like, you know, they'll have however much preparation, or I'll look and I'll be like, okay, I'll ask one of my favorite artists that I respect so much, and I'll be like, how many rehearsals do you have? How many? They'll be like, oh, I have 8. So I'll set out time to do the 8. And then something will completely change to where that 8 doesn't exist and now I have 4. And then something will change in those to where I really just have 2. And then it'll just be like, okay. So now it's like, even though you try to prepare yourself and set yourself out to be professional, you will not get the opportunity to be as prepared as you want. You have to just trust God and let
Yeah.
God prepare you, and like dig into yourself and do your best and try. And I try to be as prepared as possible because they say, you know, anything not done in preparation is luck.
Another interesting point coming from SZA here, where she says that, you know, and I don't know if this is necessarily pertaining to the Super Bowl itself, is possible, but I would think there would have been like a lot of rehearsals for that. But perhaps, you know, we still have this tour coming up in a couple of months, or it could be other shows that she's been doing or been a part of, where she didn't always get the opportunity to rehearse as much as she wanted to, or would have liked to, or put as much time towards, you know, perfecting and getting all of the logistics down. You know, step over here, do this, and all that type of stuff. A lot of people don't know how that works. You know, we just see the finished product. We see the artist come out on stage. We see them pour their heart out in that microphone. But a lot of people don't actually think about all of the stuff that happens behind the scenes. Not to say that the fans are supposed to like really be consumed with that type of thing, but at the same time, when it comes to like these high expectations and these high bars that we set on these people who are purely human, just as we are, they're the same as we are. Excuse me. They're made of the same stuff that we are. And sometimes we do put these astronomical expectations on them, not even knowing that as much as they would like to reach those expectations that we have, there may be setbacks and roadblocks in their way that deter them from even reaching it, not because they didn't want to, but because the powers that be, or, you know, circumstances out of their control restrict them from getting to that place. But again, most of us don't even think about those types of things.
I've run on a lot of luck in my life, and I'm ready to be prepared now. So I'm just taking time to do that.
It's not just the luck, it's all of the hard work, right? So when, you know, the chaos comes, part of you has been preparing and working for it for so long, so you're still gonna deliver. You know, and I hope that it must bring you some comfort to be doing this biggest show of your career, like you said, with someone who is really a friend that you've known and collaborated with for a long time. I think the first time Kendrick was featured on one of your songs was all the way back in 2014, right? On one of your
Yeah,
EPs. So
Babylon.
what does it feel like to now share this big moment with him?
It's nuts and really surreal, and I just feel like he's just bestowed a lot of grace on me, and shared a lot of his grace that he was born with. I feel like he bestows it on everybody and on everything he touches, and I'm just grateful. I don't know why. Um, he's allowed me to like, you know, get some shine with him over these years, and I just feel like he's just immaculate. Like he's a genius and he's awesome and a powerhouse, and it's an honor to be beside him energetically in the world, even if I wasn't on the stage, just to like share a label with him, share a a musical space with him, even if we never had a song together, just to be in the state of music that involves him and includes him. I just think he's so important.
It's so cool to watch the story as it's unfolding. A lot of times we don't realize we're witnessing history in real time, but the relationship that you guys have cultivated through the years, and it not only seems like it's culminating with this performance, also the tour and everyone getting to watch that. Like, do you guys sit back and have the opportunity as you're in it to realize the history you're making along the way?
No.
Mm.
I don't think anybody has even had time to like stop, think, look about anything. I think everybody's just focused on the now and like the present and just like pouring everything into that moment. Who knows, we may not talk about it for like another year because tour is gonna start and we'll be on that and in that and the realization of everything that's like transpiring or has transpired. I can't speak for that, but I know it definitely hasn't hit me yet or anything like
Can you take us back to the now of getting that phone call? Or I don't know if it was in person, but Kendrick asking you to perform with him at the Super Bowl halftime
that. Yeah, I didn't
show.
expect that at all.
What was your
I was
reaction?
on the internet just like everybody else being like, oh, he about to eat that shit. Like it is. And they said, eat it down. And then like at the last minute or medium last minute or further than you would expect for someone to ask, I just knew that he wasn't going to ask me because that would be crazy. And he did. And I laughed. And I was like, okay. It just was a matter of me being able to commit to that moment because I just feel like he's so flawless. I've never seen a flaw in any performance or any offering that he's ever given. And I just want to be, on par with that energy and just give as much as I can to the situation. So I was definitely shook, but I had a weird dream like a couple nights before randomly that I was like scooting on some sort of like random piece of like garbage or metal or something, and it was like racing really fast down the street like a go-kart. And then like I saw Dot next to me and he was on some sort of vehicle or something, but it wasn't a vehicle. It was like I don't know, like a hubcap or something. And we were going really, really, really fast. And then we hit like a dirt mound and then we went up into the sky. And I was so scared. And I was like, oh my God, like we were moving so fast and I was looking down and I just felt like any moment, like I just might just combust or everything will fall apart. And Dot was laughing when I looked over. He was smiling and he was really sure of himself and he was zooming so fast. And Dave was in there too, but he didn't even have a vehicle. He was just zooming with his body and like zooming through the ether. And he was just laughing and smiling. And when I looked at Dot, it was like he knew that we were going higher and higher, but everything would be okay. He seemed so in control of the moment. And so I just rode the wave until we just went higher and higher and higher. And we just like never came down. And then I woke up. It was so.
Okay, so she kind of had her own premonition, her own dream of being a part of whatever, crazy roller coaster, hubcap, hoverboard, go-kart mission that Kendrick was having, which is basically the most abstract way of describing what's going on in his life and his career right now is all of those things combined. All of this has been happening very fast. I mean, from concluding the battle to putting out Watch the Party Die to, surprise release with GNX, and like nothing he's done in the past year has been like, or at least to our knowledge, has been like pre-planned. It all seems like very spontaneous, but also strategic at the same time. Like given the small amounts and windows of time that him and Dave Free and all of them have to make these things happen, they utilizing it to the best of their ability to like really make sure that they deliver, but they're not working with a lot of time because we've never really seen Kendrick Lamar work with this level of immediacy in anything that he's done, but he keeps delivering. The pop out, they only had like a week to prepare. With this, they only got this time. Music videos, they're not even letting the cameos and the dancers hear the music, while they're filming a music video and not even telling them whose music video they're taking part for. You know what I mean? So it's all kind of craziness, but at the same time, it's controlled chaos. So I kind of understand where she's coming from with this dream she had, because then she became a part of it, which, of course, just days later, he gave her the invitation to be a part of the Super Bowl, which is astronomical.
Random. And then like 2 days later, he asked me that, and I was like, oh, that was a test. It was like a knock to let you know, like, it's going to be scary. It's going to be something you've never experienced before, but like just cross the threshold. And he's got you, God's got you, and like just follow the yellow brick road. Like, let it take you higher.
That was that black girl intuition. That's how that works sometimes.
Black girl magic.
Yeah, them dreams. Them dreams.
You know, I want to talk about you because you're on an amazing run of releasing music, because you really ain't missed yet. Like, especially,
Thank you, that's kind.
it's the truth. Whether it's the EPs or the 2 last albums, the deluxes, and we're even on at a moment right now where you releasing a deluxe of the deluxe.
It's not a deluxe, it's the deluxe.
What do we call it?
Yo, it's been so unique, this experience, because really I wasn't gonna do a deluxe.
Okay.
There were just a bunch of songs that like my fans kept asking about, and then like stuff that I felt like was nice but didn't fit SOS at the time, and I just wanted to like give something, but it turned into like a crazy mess, because it was like I thought I was doing something nice by just like, okay, like these tracks that I wasn't planning on putting out at all, I'm just gonna put them together and like give them because that would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, actually, fuck you. We wanted way more than this.
Because fans will always keep asking. We're selfish like that. I'm sorry.
I don't know what's going on, because camp didn't used to be like that. But now it's like, actually, we hate you. Give us more.
Now, the only thing I will say with this, and I get where she's coming from, because of course you drop the records, the people criticize it, they complain about everything. They say, oh, this sounds like demos, oh, these sound like da 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 da. And she says that these are literally records that she wasn't gonna give the people, right? So typically you would expect, you know, and it's not like this is an artist that gives you throwaway music anyway. So I don't even understand. But at the same time, where I'm trying to go with this is, I think that sometimes artists like SZA, artists like Cardi are perpetually online, and they basically sign themselves up to be a part of conversations that they honestly shouldn't be having, right? Because the same way that the fans are going to complain or have critiques or whatever it is that they're saying, the more you feed into it, the more you attack people, the more you try to jump in somebody's DMs and go back and forth with them or jaw jack with them on Twitter back and forth for 45 minutes, it only brings more light to the situation. It puts a magnifying glass not only on the situation, but also the conversation that you're having, which includes yourself. So then the criticism then becomes not just about the music, but also on you and the way that you interact with criticism, which also creates another whole whirlwind of negativity when you could have just sat it out, let niggas get their way, or not even get their way, but get their shit off their chest. And by the time you came back around, you would have silenced the critics. But of course, artists are sensitive about their ish. I can be the same way at times. So I see both sides of the coin, but I think at that level, when you're really when you're like the fucking at the upper crust of the industry, you shouldn't subject yourself to what the people are saying to that degree. Like, it's cool to take into consideration, have people that bring you, you know, the overall synopsis of what people are saying, but when you like are in the trenches trying to fight niggas for what they saying, you've lost a little bit of the plot. I'll keep it going though.
Which was very confusing also, because it was like, what? Then I got into a space where I was like, I'm not rewarding nasty behavior. That ain't it.
So like your fans are like your kids, like no more for you.
Because it was just like we had a relationship, And you're not gonna scream at me in the grocery store and say, fuck you, mom, and beat me over the head because I won't get these peanut butter pops.
Yep, you're right.
Fuck you and these pops.
You're
We
right.
finna sit down and have a nap and some cuddle time and some understanding. But saying that to say, I really do just want to make them happy, which is why I'm adding some of the songs that they were asking about, because it's like, I love them. I care about music, and I love sharing snippets. Punch told me don't ever share snippets, and it's a terrible idea. And I was just like, no. And I can't. And I also have this like weird personal FOMO of people like, well, I'll just be like, oh, I've been quiet for like 6 months. Oh shit, I gotta like say something or do something, or I'm in this other space, and then I'll just be like, okay, well, I like this and I'll share it. But Punch is like, that creates a timeline. When really I'm just like free talking into the void and free sharing into the void, but it just doesn't work that way. And I think I'm on a scale now where it just becomes unprofessional to even share things that I'm working on.
Yeah, I think the disconnect here is that SZA, she doesn't see herself as like this star, right? We saw how long the album stayed on the charts. It was like damn near a year, 2 years or some craziness, right? So the people know how big of a star she is. The industry knows how big of a star she is. The numbers, the tour, everything shows how big she is. But she's in it. She's working. She's creating. She's, like I said before, these people are just regular people. She sees herself as anyone else. She just happens to have a talent that she, enjoys doing, which is creating music. But at the same time, she's kind of looking at herself almost through the lens of an independent artist or an artist that still hasn't crossed over into that next plateau. So she's like, if I go silent for 6 months, are they going to remember me? Yes, the fuck they will. Ain't nobody forgot SZA's out here. You are one of the top artists, right? But you have to get to the understanding of knowing that. And maybe for her, it's best that she doesn't overall think that way, because maybe that's a mental thing where it's like, if I start believing my hype too much, maybe I'll lose it. If I believe my hype too much, maybe I'll become a little bit detached from the magnitude of my art form. So I think there's a balance that needs to be struck there as well, to like understand, when you decide to present that plate, if you took time out and you made a 5-star plate or whatever it is, 4-star Michelin, the people are going to eat it. They're going to appreciate it. They're going to tip. You know what I'm saying? But you have to also understand that you did it because you love it. And whatever time period that is, they're going to appreciate it. Not to say that you got to leave for 10 years or nothing like that, but 6 months, you can, there's other ways, right? They're going to come see you on stage. They're going to continue to listen to what you already have. But I guess after experiencing it for herself, instead of listening to Punch, she found out she didn't like what was on the other side of it. And now she's like, see you when I see ya. Which again, you gotta have that self-awareness to know, like, you don't gotta appease every single request. They'll be fine.
Aren't complete yet, even though I want to have a relationship with my fans where it's like, but we're friends, and I want to like show you just some cool stuff I'm working on. So now I just want to cultivate a more peaceful environment by just waiting until things are completely complete. And if it comes out, it comes out. And, maybe there'll be a treat along the way or sprinkles of something that'll come out along the way, but it won't be all dependent on like this one thing that you heard on her story 2 years ago. Like, because I was just bullshitting, but and it just, then it becomes a tug of war of also songs that they want and songs that I want, where it's like, I don't care about that song, but you care about that song.
Yeah.
I gotta just make what I want to make me happy, honestly, and I have to grow as a person, and I might fuck around and stifle myself if I try to constantly give people what they want and what they think is best. So it's like there can be a purge cycle where y'all get everything, and it's like, okay, this is the old things.
Mhm.
We won't be in discussion about any of these new things because we have to grow, and we have to grow separately so that we can come together and have like a better experience.
That's interesting what you said, giving yourself time to not feel stifled, right? You released a series of EPs, you put out Control, incredible album, and then there was 5 years in between that you took to really live your life, and you came back with SOS, which was incredible. Then you gave us Lana, and now we get 4 new songs on this the deluxe, non-deluxe version. I'm sorry. And so now I feel like
No, it is the deluxe, but the new songs they're really not new songs. They were songs that were
They're
supposed to
songs
be
that-
on the
Yeah,
deluxe.
okay.
yeah.
But I just, be wrangling with Punch, and Punch, I respect his
You
his
two bickering all the time
expertise.
is hilarious, by the way. That's definitely part of the running
That's the
storyline.
next
but
movie I want. I want. You already got the one hit
but
movie. Like the next hit movie needs to
12
be
Is
you
you
and
and
Punch.
Punch. But yeah, I just wonder that now you've been so present for the past few years. Do you feel like you can keep up this pace? You, of course, have the Grand National Tour coming up. Or do you feel at some point you need to also give yourself another break to just live life again?
I feel like I'm gonna always just do what I want,
I love that.
much to niggas' dismay. I unfortunately am gonna do what I want at all times, and that is how I end up with like 5 years no album or 2 years now, or my fans cussing me out, because it's like I'm always gonna follow my spirit first. Like I have to, because I'm not built for this industry. So in order for me to become equipped for this industry, I have to move at my own pace. Like I just have to. Unfortunately, like it means I gotta do my yoga and dip off before I go to the Super Bowl, even though I just had a movie come out, because I won't be able to get on that stage if I don't learn how to calm down and like get my breath under control and realize that like, I'm not a slave to the moment, and I'm not my body, and I'm not my mind, and I'm not my job, and I am so many other things, and this experience is so spiritual beyond the body. It's the culmination of all the karma that Kendrick and I have accrued on this parallel journey, in our intersecting journey with each other, and it's like that is important, and it deserves to be honored and respected with a calm mind and a settled spirit. So I just had to step back.
You gotta take care of
Really
yourself. People will keep
get in
taking
there.
if you don't draw that boundary, right? But you mentioned the movie. You're in a movie right now with Keke Palmer.
Yeah,
And
one of them days out in theaters currently right now.
how was that experience for you? You come off you seem pretty shy and also low key when it's not creating music. So I was stunned and also excited to see you do a movie.
Thank you. It was terrifying.
Of course.
Right. Naturally. But it was definitely something that I wasn't prepared for, but also felt so, it was like one of them situations where it's like you see a script, you see Keke and Issa, and you're like, oh, I love them so much. And like that's all you factor in. And it's just a matter of like, okay, I may not have like read everything I was supposed to read. I didn't get to meet with an acting coach until now we on set, and they asking, do you know what a side is? I don't know what a side is. I don't know what these lines are, but I'm here, and and I'm happy to be here. So I just try to do my best, and Keke makes everything so easy because she's such just like a professional in every sense of the word. She's like a professional human outside of like
That's a bar.
acting. She really is. It's like it's unusual, unnatural.
Well, look, we ate. So I'm saying we as the fans. You gave us great EPs, 2 classic albums, a deluxe. You gave us a hit movie. You gave us amazing tours that
Thank you.
kind of started off the tour thing that year. It was your tour, then it was Taylor, then it was Beyonce, but you kicked it off. Now we're getting ready for the Super Bowl. Then you got a tour. So I'm going to say this right now.
My first stadium tour.
Your
I'm excited to see.
I want to give it up for that.
everybody
So
there.
look, go
Give it up for the stadium tour. Niggas ain't doing stadium tours every day now. You feel me?
do all
Thank
the
you.
things. Protect your peace. We love the music. If you
Thank
go away for a little bit, you fed us and we appreciate you. So
I'll be around in your favorite real comment section. In your favorite, I'm here. I'm with y'all. I'm just not always with y'all, but I'm with y'all.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all.
one more time, guys. Give it up for SZA.
Shout out to SZA, man. And I'm glad that they actually brought up One of Them Days, because oddly enough, as I was getting ready to prepare this video, I actually received a shout out from the film on Twitter. One of Them Days, their official Twitter channel, came and said, "Real J Nolan, appreciate the love. Keep your eyes out for more One of Them Days updates." Okay, now this is, of course, an auto thing, but I think they came and found me because remember a few months ago when the trailer first hit, I did a video that included my assessment and recap of the actual trailer. And I guess they came and found me based on that, which I thought they did an excellent job. It reminded me of Friday, next Friday. And I just thought it was a great job. I felt like SZA was a natural. It didn't look awkward. It didn't look out of place or anything like that. So I still haven't seen the movie. I actually plan on seeing it this week. If I'm not mistaken, One of Them Days will also be released in digital format this week as well. Now, what platform that's going to be, I don't know, but I did see something about it coming to digital on Tuesday. So that might be the way that I do it, because I haven't really had time to get out and like go to the movies in the flesh like that. You know, this first year with Lil Man is a lot, but I love it. I'm grateful and I thank God every day for it. But yeah, life is different now. You know what I'm saying? But I do look forward to watching the movie in whatever capacity that I'm able to get to it this week. And I've heard it's been doing well in the theaters. They've only been in like select theaters, I think is how it started. But they recouped the budget first weekend and all of that type of stuff. So salute to SZA, Keke Palmer, Issa Rae, the entire cast from One of Them Days, excuse me. Looking forward to checking it out. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider, and I will catch y'all on the next one. All right. Much love and respect, y'all. Let's get ready for that game. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. But I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.